Hey everyone, my name's Sonia. I'm making this video for my Communications 2x00 class, also known as New Media Literacy. I'm sorry if this video is poor quality, but the only way I could make this was to use my webcam on my laptop, so it sucks, but here it is. Anyways, the point of this video is to discuss 3 things that I learned in this class about new media. So let's just get started. The first thing I learned about new media is that there are tons of possible medias. I knew there were lots of ways to share your thoughts or opinions on the internet, but I only ever used Facebook and email to communicate anything with anybody. Throughout this class, and having to create a blog, use Twitter, GetGlue, Pinterest, Storify, and SlideShare, it helped open my mind to the idea that there's so much more out there. That even with the methods I use in this class, I never even really scratched the surface of possible ways to get my opinion and thoughts out there for others to see or hear. I always used to think that anything I had to say was really not that important, or that no one would really care. After taking this class, I realized that it is important to share my opinions and thoughts with people out there. I personally did not really like Twitter or GetGlue for this. I just felt that I didn't like the idea of checking in all the time or having everyone know what I'm doing or watching or whatever. To me, it kind of felt like living in a fishbowl and having people constantly like staring at you, watching everything you're doing and thinking, and it's just kind of creepy. Although Twitter is a really good tool to try and reach a lot of people very quickly. You can post a tweet and your friends can retweet it and their friends can retweet it and it kind of spreads really quickly. And GetGlue was pretty cool for discussions on your favorite TV show because it was very specific to your TV show. Like if you wanted to talk about Dawson's Creek, there's a Dawson's Creek page and the people on the page liked Dawson's Creek and knew about it. So it's fairly specific um, to each show. However, I did love Pinterest, Storify, and SlideShare, and surprisingly, as much as I did not want to create a blog, I loved my blog. It made me feel like the possibilities for sharing are endless, and how quick and easy it is to share your thoughts and opinions, and don't really have to think about it. I can go to my blog and type it out, and I'm not really gonna be penalized for not agreeing with someone else, and see who else agrees with me. The next thing I learned about new media is that although there are the possibility to be anonymous, that most people do not post things anonymously. It's kind of being like being anonymously unanonymous, if that makes sense. Even though someone posts something under their own name, it doesn't necessarily mean that's who they are. It could be their name. It might not be. You don't really know who they are, um, unless you follow their posts or blogs or whatever. Or if they're like a famous person, or an actress that you like, or a doctor. Dr. Phil. If he had a blog, you could follow his blog, and you'd be fairly certain if it was him or not. But even then, you got to be careful because anyone can post under any name. You can have amateurs that seem like professionals. You could be a 16-year-old sitting there googling information, and as long as you use the right terminology and language, and you have enough, I'll call it evidence that it looks like supporting facts, then it can seem like it's true. You just you got to be careful with everything, and whether they're anonymous or not, you got to be careful. The final thing I learned about new media was that it's constantly changing and evolving. For instance, when I was younger, there was no Facebook or Pinterest. Now, I usually check my Facebook a few times a day, and I'm on Pinterest at least once a day. Those are 2 things that were added to the media in the last 15 years or so. The amount of sharing and outreach and community available with the media and internet is crazy. You can catch people and, reach people around the world at any time, anywhere. I can post something at midnight, and, within 2 seconds, someone can have it from either my next door neighbor, or they can be like across the world. It doesn't matter where they are. The internet, it's this endless possibility. And we also now have cell phones with internet on them, so you don't need to be sitting at a desk with a desktop computer connected to your phone line to be on the internet. You can use your cell phone as long as there's Wi-Fi or cell service. You can use, your cell phone, your laptop, and I can take a video at the skate park and post it right away. There's also been inventions of sites like Storify and SlideShare. SlideShare is you put together a slideshow of whatever, and anyone can look at it. A teacher could do a lecture on SlideShare, or I could post how to make chocolate chip cookies on SlideShare. It doesn't really matter. It can be anything. It's kind of cool. And there's also Storify, which you compile information from all different sites onto one site, and you can put links to go to other pages, but instead of having to be, I can type up my thoughts and, insert links from other sites that you click on to take you somewhere else, I can compile it all onto Storify now, and it's all there, and you can see it all, and there's no worry about, going to all these different sites. So that's the 3 things I learned about new media in this class. I found the class really interesting and fun, and um, it's kind of cool being all online. It's about, media, and I take that to be like online mostly, and the class is all online, so I thought that was pretty cool. But, so that's it. What's next for the media? I'm kind of excited to see what's next for the media and the inventions that come up with next, and yeah, that stuff.